Okay, well, so I guess I had a worry, and I think I saw Chris Floyd express this pretty well in writing over at his blog that, perhaps this would be like Fallujah 2004, where all those kids got injured, where they said, listen, if you're not a bad guy, run. And then they went in a week later and said, if you're still in Fallujah, you're a bad guy, or else why didn't you run? And they turned the whole city into a free fire zone. Do you think that there's a possibility that might happen here?
Well, there's certainly a danger of that. And just like before Fallujah, we're seeing people fleeing. There's been families that have been fleeing, but then, of course, not everybody can leave, and there's families that are staying behind as well. I think there's a danger, but the differences are Fallujah is a pretty big city compared to Marja. And also, I think the insurgents in Fallujah were more willing to stay and fight. It remains to be seen. Perhaps the Taliban will, but Taliban historically have taken pretty major losses when they've tried to take on the U.S. or NATO forces in a conventional battle, and they've succeeded much more when they've melted into the background and laid roadside bombs and sort of fired rockets from the distance, and over time given losses to the coalition forces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and again, breeding contempt for them. I wonder, you talk about in this article here, and again, it's Obama's secret prisons at original.antiwar.com/Engelhardt. It's by our guest, Anand Gopal. You talk about how basically the Taliban will stage an attack on American or NATO forces in a small village, and then they'll melt away. They take off running, and then the Americans come and round up a bunch of people in that village and end up, provoking a lot more resistance among the regular people there. As we've been talking about. But I wonder if you think that's deliberate. Is this the Taliban tactic, is to actually, kind of little miniature September 11ths all the time, smacking us in the face and daring us to come and put our soldiers in a place where it'll turn more people toward them and they can get a shot at our guys?
Absolutely. I think it is deliberate. I think they plant themselves in areas that if the U.S. comes and attacks them, civilians would be killed. And it's sort of a perverse strategy, but it does work in their favor because when civilians are killed, and it's a propaganda coup for the insurgents. But I do think that's a deliberate strategy on their part.
All right, everybody, that's Anand Gopal. People can still find you at the Christian Science Monitor and the Wall Street Journal?
No, I'm independent.
Okay, independent journalist, and this most recent one is at Tom Dispatch. It will be published in The Nation magazine, and right now you can find it at original.antiwar.com/Engelhardt. It's called Obama's Secret Prisons by Anand Gopal. Thank you very much for your time on the show today.
Thank you.